Can we talk a little bit about facial expressions of singers? Okay, I'm just gonna get on a tangent. Here's what I teach my students. The singing technique is to be separated from the expressiveness in the beginning. So when you practice, you want to make sure that you don't get into the habit of having to do certain things in order to be able to sing. So for example, when I sing high, what I don't want to do is have a face like I'm in pain, right? Because it's not, I don't need it for singing. The technicality of it is not anything I need, right? It's really all more in the back, and pulling my cheeks sideways isn't really helpful. It's just going to make the sound worse. It's going to put strain on everything. So if I go, yeah, that's not necessary for singing. So let's just separate that. Let's just isolate that for the practice. Also your body. You want to try to not have to use your hands and your arms and to get into these very generic, very stereotypical for singers, like, oh, or like, whatever it is. Don't get into these stereotypical movements, also not with your face. You want to try to ask yourself, what is important? How can I relax more? And then once you have found that space of not having to do certain things with your face, such as dislocate your jaw. That's not healthy. And it's not only helping your sound, it's actually making it worse, and it's creating tension and then all these problems we don't need. So any exercise or anything I do with my students, I try to make them aware of, like, okay, there's tension in your shoulder, now there's tension in your jaw, we don't need it. Or now you're pulling, like, I don't know, you're doing something weird with your face. You don't want to have to do it. So try to always be neutral, just for practice sake, so that when you are in the habit of, like, just letting go of all of that, then you can truly express, and your facial expressions and your gesturing will be actually natural, and it will be what it is that you want to do in the song, and not because you have to do it and use it as a crutch. Relaxing your jaw is such an important thing to master. So even if I'm singing coloraturas and fast things, I don't want to use my jaw to do that. I have to kind of let it go. I don't need my jaw for that, because you know what? I know that you know what I'm talking about. You have been in the audience and you're watching someone and it looks like they're so full of pain. It looks like they're so in pain. Hey, if you are a singer who wants to start making money with your voice, or you have started to make money but you feel like you could do so much more, I have created a 2-day weekend workshop only for those who are very serious. Right here in my studio, I will rock your world. I will get you out of your comfort zone. I will help you find your uniqueness and essentially create a brand as an artist. We're going to work on singing things, but also mindset and business. Check out the link below for when the next one is happening, and I hope to see you there. I even watched a professional opera singer. I remember going to an opera performance. It was Fort Worth Opera many years ago when I was in college, going to Southern Methodist University in Dallas. I went to Fort Worth Opera, and that singer, I think I watched Rigoletto. She was singing her Caro Nome, which is one of my arias that I've always done, and she sounded beautiful, but she looked like she was very much in pain. It was like, Caro Nome, che mio cor. I mean, I'm exaggerating a bit, but it was not beautiful to look at, because she's supposed to be, in love, and like, oh my goodness, that name, oh, what a beautiful name. I'm so in love with this young man. Little did she know that he was not such a young man, and he was not who he said he was. But it's not fun for the audience to look at someone who seems to be in pain, and like veins popping, which they should. It should be that way only because of the content and your passion, and not because you can't do it any other way, because the singing technique is so hard for you that you're just like, you look like it's so painful. Let me know in the comments if you have a hard time relaxing your face, relaxing your body as you sing. And let me know some examples of singers that you think they distract you. Jennifer Rush, she always did this thing with a mic. She'd be like, she always did this thing, which was very distracting. It can get to the point to where, like, someone can't pay attention to really what you do anymore and what's beautiful, but they're like just that thing. Like sometimes Mariah Carey, I just hear that S, and then I don't hear anything else anymore. There was this one singer, Joanna Zimmer. She had that song years ago it became really popular here in Germany. And she had this really low pushed larynx. And I don't know, I couldn't hear anything else. I was like, oh, that's obnoxious. And it just distracted me from the song, actually. I actually had one friend of mine, and she kind of stood there, and she didn't know she did that. But her arm would be on her side, but then her fingers went like that. That's just, it's like for some, it's like kind of like this, and then their hands are glued to their hips, and for some, it's like this, or the claw hand. And for her, it was just kind of like, it went kind of like this, and it looked like she's giving everyone the finger. She didn't even realize it. And it's because she didn't pay attention to, okay, what am I doing? Do I need this hand to sing? Technically not. Do I need the shoulder to sing? Technically not. Do I need to do this? Well, this actually does affect, when you shift your neck or you do facial things, it does actually affect your sound, and it could in a negative way. So we want to try to just cut that out. Cut it out, and in your practice, try to have the perfection in place. When you do your exercise, move through the vowels, the high, the low, don't adjust too much where it doesn't need to be adjusted, and you're going to sound more beautiful, and you're going to feel better, and your audience is going to thank you. All right, you have an amazing day, and let me know in the comments what other videos you would like me to make. I've made thousands and I'm kind of running out of ideas, and I would like to have more ideas. Have an amazing day. Always keep a song in your heart, and always keep on singing.